In this new video, we will learn more about the Build UI and all its tools to build graphical interfaces quickly and modify the ones auto-generated by Matter. The first thing we will do is go to the Build UI and the auto-generated login layout. Then select Layout in the left panel. This will allow us to modify the properties of the layout. So now we go to the right panel of Properties and we display the Navigation Bar section. In this section, we simply disable the navigation bar. We do this to not have the top navigation bar in our layout. Then we continue to the Layout section. Here we will assign an edge to the layout of size 5 and a background color with the hexa code D3B65AFF. Finally, in the Content Alignment property, we choose Center so that all the contents of the layout are centered. In the Background property, we will only modify the background color of the layout. In this case, we will choose the color . This way, we have finished with the properties of the layout, since the remaining properties are not important in the UI. The next thing is to modify the two components of text field type, so we select the first one that is bound to the username. Once selected, we display the text format properties of the component and select a font family. In this case, Josephine Sans Regular, and font size equal to 15. Finally, in Text Alignment, we select Center. Then we go to the Layout section. In this, we enter the value of 0.7 in the property with %. This will generate that the text field component is 70% of the width of our layout. Now we modify the upper margin with a value equal to 50. In the following, we add an edge of a width of 2, of radius 5, and of color equal to D1A209FF. Finally, we only need the self-alignment, which will be the same as center. All this configuration is done in the following text field, unlike the upper margin that we do not modify. Once the configuration is finished, we have to make the only difference between these two text fields that will be in the default section and activate is password. In this way, the password will not be displayed when writing it. Now we select the first button, and in the text format section, we select the same font style that we had chosen in the text field and a size equal to 20. We go to the Layout section and enter the value 45 to the top margin. This way the buttons will be separated from the text fields. We set a radius at the edges equal to 5. Then we go to the Background section and enter the hexa value. In the next button, we will have the same configurations except for the upper margin that we will not modify. Finally, we will add two images to our layout. The first one is moved above all the components of the layout. We select it and display its properties. In the image section, we enter the image URL. The address https://i.imgur.com/ylhqqq3s.png, an image that we have uploaded previously. Then we go to Layout. In the upper margin, we enter the value 30, and in the left margin, we enter the value 15. In the following image, we configure in image URL the address. Then we go to the layout section, and in the property of the percentage width, we enter the value 0.3. In the upper margin, the value 30. In the edge radius, the value 95. In the width of the edge, the value 1. In the color from the edge, the correct value. And finally, in self-alignment, we select the center value. In this way, we have finished with the login layout. Now we move to the sign up layout. As in the login layout, we will start modifying the layout, so we select it and enter the navigation bar section and deactivate it. Then we go to the layout section, enter a value of 5 to the width of the border and a color code in the color property. Finally, in the background section, we enter the color. Now we go to the label component, which is the first one in the layout. Once selected, we display the text format section, select the font style, and a font size equal to 20. Finally, in this section and component, we select the white color that would be equal to, and that the text is aligned to the center. Then, we have the 3 text fields from the entry of user data to create an account. In all, we enter the same configuration. In the text format section, we select the font style equal, a font size equal to 15 and center text. Then we go to the layout section. In the percentage width, we enter the value 0.7. In the width of the edge, a value equal to 2. In the radius of the edge, a value equal to 5. In the color of the edge, the value in hexadecimal. And finally, in the auto alignment, we select the value center. Finally, in the last 2 text fields components, we activate the is password configuration. Finally, we went to the account creation button. In the section of the text format, we selected the font Josephine Sans Regular and the size equal to 20. Then, in the section of the layout, in the property of the percentage width, we enter the value 0.7, a value of superior margin equal to 40, a value of radius of the edge equal to 5, an edge color equal to, and in the self-aligned, we select the value center. Finally, we go to the background section, and in the color property, we enter the color value. We have finalized the UI configuration of the login and sign up layout. Now we can perform the saving of our application. Once saved, we can execute it on our devices and observe all the changes made.